The way you begin your morning is the way you set the tone for the entire day. Most people open their eyes and immediately step into noise. They reach for their phones, they look at messages, they think about everything waiting for them. And before they even stand up, their mind is already restless. This is how they carry chaos from the very first moment, and it follows them in every conversation, every decision, every action. But there is another way to live. It begins by training the morning mind. When you wake up, the mind is fresh like a still pool of water. In that moment, you have the chance to choose what ripples you create. If you bring in noise, the water becomes disturbed. If you bring in stillness, it remains clear. Those who understand this treat the morning as sacred. They do not rush into distraction. They take the time to breathe, to stretch, to focus inward before stepping outward. This discipline is not about routine alone. It is about creating a foundation of peace that the rest of the day will rest upon. The morning is the seed. Whatever you plant in it grows. If you plant agitation, the day grows restless. If you plant awareness, the day grows steady. This is why training the mind in the early hours is so powerful. A few minutes of silence, a few deep breaths, a few moments of clarity, these are not small things. They are the difference between being controlled by the day or becoming the one who controls it. The discipline of the morning mind is not complicated. It does not require hours of effort. It requires intention. It requires the willingness to step out of automatic habits and create space for calm. It is in this space that the mind learns to focus, that the body learns to follow, that the spirit learns to align. From this foundation, your decisions become sharper, your presence becomes stronger, and your actions become more meaningful. Those who train their morning mind do not walk into the world reacting to it. They walk into the world prepared, rooted, and aware. This is why so few experience true peace during the day, because they do not create it at the beginning. But the rare ones who do, the 1%, carry that peace with them wherever they go. The morning mind is the doorway to how the rest of your life will unfold. Breath is life, yet most people move through their days without ever paying attention to it. They breathe shallow, fast, unconscious, and wonder why their minds feel scattered, restless, and out of control. The truth is simple: if the breath is chaotic, the mind cannot be calm. If the breath is steady, the mind begins to follow. This is why the breath is the anchor of awareness. It is the one tool always available, the one bridge that connects body and mind, the one practice that brings you back to the present moment again and again. When you focus on your breath, you immediately change your state. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly, and notice how quickly the noise in the mind begins to soften. This is not magic. It is the natural rhythm of life. The breath carries energy, and when you control it, you direct that energy with intention instead of letting it scatter. Every moment you bring awareness to breathing, you are training the mind to stay present. Every breath becomes a reminder that you are here, now, alive. Most people overlook this because it seems too simple. They search for complicated techniques, long routines, external solutions, forgetting that the most powerful tool is already within them. By training the breath, you are not just calming yourself for a moment, you are rewiring the way your mind responds to life. Stress no longer pulls you so strongly, anger no longer explodes so easily, fear no longer paralyzes so quickly, because you have learned to return to the breath before those emotions take control. This practice builds resilience. Imagine being in the middle of a storm. The winds are fierce, the rain is heavy, but you find a solid rope to hold on to. No matter how strong the storm becomes, you do not get swept away. The breath is that rope. It is what you hold when life feels overwhelming. And with each time you hold it, the grip becomes stronger until calmness becomes natural even in the most difficult situations. When you make the breath your anchor, you do not drift with every wave of distraction. You return to center again and again, and in that center, there is peace. The breath is the simplest, yet most powerful doorway to mastering the mind. The mind has endless desires, endless distractions, endless directions it can wander. Left untrained, it jumps from one thought to the next, from one worry to another, from one desire to the next impulse. This scattering of attention is why so many feel exhausted, even when they have done little. Their energy is not lost through effort, but through lack of focus. A trained mind, however, does not waste energy. It knows where to place attention, and by doing so, it transforms even the simplest action into something powerful and meaningful. Focus is not about force, it is about clarity. When the mind is focused, you see the task in front of you without the weight of everything else pulling you away. You are fully present in what you are doing. And this presence turns ordinary moments into practice. Eating becomes training. Walking becomes training. Speaking becomes training. The way you direct your attention shapes the way you live. When attention is scattered, life feels chaotic. When attention is sharp, life feels aligned. Most people allow the outside world to decide where their focus goes. Notifications, noise, other people's demands, these constantly pull their attention outward. But when you decide to reclaim your focus, you begin to live on your own terms. You stop reacting to everything, and instead you direct your energy toward what truly matters. This is why focus is a form of strength. It is the discipline of saying no to distraction, of saying yes to presence. The more you train focus, the more powerful it becomes. At first, the mind will resist. It will wander. It will seek escape. It will chase after noise. But with patience, with persistence, you bring it back again and again. Each time you return, you build strength. Just as muscles grow through repetition, the mind grows sharper through practice. Over time, you will notice that what once distracted you easily no longer has power over you. What once pulled your energy now passes by without effect. When focus becomes natural, your actions carry a different quality. They are no longer rushed or careless, but precise and deliberate. This precision allows you to grow because you are no longer wasting your potential on things that do not matter. Instead, every ounce of energy is directed toward what aligns with your path, and this transforms the way you live. Focus is the silent power that turns scattered energy into unstoppable strength. Silence is often feared in today's world. Many people avoid it by filling every moment with noise, music, conversations, notifications, distractions. They mistake silence for emptiness as if it means the absence of life. But true silence is not empty. It is full, it is alive. It is where the mind can finally rest from the constant pulling of thoughts. It is in silence that the mind regains its strength, that clarity rises, and that peace becomes more than just a fleeting feeling. When you allow silence into your life, you create space to see yourself clearly. In the rush of daily life, thoughts move so quickly that you rarely stop to observe them. But in silence, you begin to notice. You see the thoughts that keep repeating, the emotions that keep returning, the patterns that keep guiding your behavior. This awareness is powerful because once you see, you can choose. Without silence, The noise drowns out that choice. With silence, you step into freedom. Silence is not about doing nothing. It is about doing the most important work, listening. Listening to your own mind, listening to your body, listening to the wisdom that is already within you but cannot be heard when life is too loud. Just as the surface of water reflects clearly when it is still, the mind reflects truth when it is silent. And from this truth, your decisions, your actions, your path forward become clearer. Most people chase strength in the wrong places. They try to prove themselves outwardly, to show others their power through noise and action. But true strength is not loud. True strength is the ability to remain still when everything around you is moving. It is the ability to return to silence when the world is demanding your reaction. From this silence, your words carry more weight. Your actions carry more purpose because they do not come from impulse. They come from clarity. This practice of silence does not require you to escape the world or hide from responsibility. It requires only a few moments each day where you turn inward, where you allow the mind to settle, where you stop seeking and simply allow yourself to be. Over time, these moments grow and silence becomes not just something you practice, but something you carry within you, no matter where you are. Silence is not weakness or emptiness. It is the ground where true inner strength is built.